25-minute tactical battle. At this level, you have to be nearly perfect. What was your assessment of what was going on over those 25 minutes?
When you fight somebody for the second time, obviously he's prepared. He felt me in the octagon. I was prepared. I felt him in the octagon. He needed to keep it at bay to win. I needed to get in close. So I was having trouble in some of the rounds getting in close, and he was having trouble landing strikes on me. So, guys that just expect a straight shootout, gunslinging battle every single time, and sometimes it is a close chess match, and it's not that bloody glory fight that we want to see. So I did what I needed to do to get the job done. I felt like it was really close. So at the fifth round, I just went out there and tried to leave no doubt, and I let it go, and that's what got me the win.
Was part of the plan to lull him into Was part of the plan to lull him into a false sense of security as the fight went on?
No, that would be a silly plan because he did kick me in the damn head a couple times. So that's not false insecurity. The goal was not to let him get into a rhythm, not to let him keep his range. I could have did my combinations more. I heard my coaches yelling it. My eyes were seeing it. My body was moving. My arms just weren't moving as much as I would have liked. But, I'm a young champion. My goal is to be the greatest of all time. So I got a lot of growth to do. I don't think I'm there right now. So I can walk away as a champion still and still make corrections. So that's something to be blessed about itself.
For a lot of us that have never been in there, you've said it before in the last fight, you should have wrestled more. You know how to do these things. Why is it that a professional athlete at the highest level can sometimes not execute the things they want to execute inside of the octagon?
I don't think I should have wrestled more in this fight. The first fight, I had more opportunity because I closed the gap more. And those times I closed the gap, I could have level changed and went for a takedown. This time around, especially, from training with my sparring partners, they always told me that a point fighter, their front leg is their fastest leg. It's hard to grab that front leg. And when you reach for it, they counter you very well. He didn't spend any time in orthodox. The last time he spent a lot of time in orthodox, which surprised me. So his speed side is his southpaw side. So when I took the takedown, it wasn't a clean shot. I took the takedown, I pressed him to the cage, I got my hands locked, then I got him down, got his hand behind his back. So it took some work to get there. Sometimes the risk versus reward, going in for that leg, especially when he's so far away, and risk getting, countered and stuff like that. I didn't see the opening as much. Now, I could have created that opening by more flurries, going forward, punching more, and using my hands to get closer to his body.
Do you agree with the last 20 seconds of the last round changed all the history of the fight?
It was a close fight. It was a close fight before then, and I knew that it was a few rounds that were close. I knew that the round that I scored the takedown, I probably won that round pretty clearly. That last round, I was like, you know what? I don't know what the hell they judging. I've been in a situation before. I'm gonna just try to knock his head off, and I thought I had him out, and then I just kept looking for it the whole time. I was like, let me find this chin. Let me find this chin. And he popped back up, and I'm like, damn, this is deja vu.
You mentioned the aerial earlier in the week, that once you retain the title as No More Mr. Nice Guy, you have some big plans for yourself and how you proceed as the champion. Can you fill us in on some of those plans?
Well, the first thing I'm doing is I got a movie I'm shooting next week, so I'm going to go do that in Tampa. Taking my family to Puerto Rico right after for vacation. We haven't been anywhere together in a long time, so some much-needed family time. And the sport's crazy, the division's crazy. My managers, they'll be talking to Dana White and they'll get it figured out.
When you look at your division, it seems like it's one of the best times ever in the history of the sport for the 170-pound class. Do you look at how you match up with everybody, or is it just you play your game?
I always look at that. Even before the guys gotten to the point where they were in number one contendership bouts or they were in position to make one more win and jump forward, I've always viewed these guys. So I see how I match up. And, Steven's a hard matchup for everybody. Matt Brown is the only one that I visualized that did a really good job, and he just don't care. He just walk forward and he'll take punches and kicks to the head, and that's his style. That's why he was able to have success against him. I had to really break him down, and I've broken the other opponents down as well. So that's a gift that my coach Dean Thomas has. He breaks my opponents down. Him and Duke Rufus work very well together. My boxing coach Eric Brown, really he's gonna get on my head when we leave here. But my combinations are a lot better than what I showed tonight. And with my wrestling, man, I put all those things together. That's why I feel like I'm the greatest welterweight.
You've been refusing to speak about George St-Pierre because you've had your sights set on Stephen Thompson all week. Now that that's behind you, are you a little bit annoyed that George St-Pierre handpicked Bisping, didn't wait to see how this played out first?
I had to focus on Stephen, as I said before. It was a fight where, they told me, hey, man, if you fight Rory McDonald in Vancouver, Canada, his hometown, the winners are going to fight for the world title. I said, fucking let's do it. Immediately, I was on board. I knew it was hostile territories, but the risk match reward, during that fight week, Dana called me and said, hey, man, Robbie and Matt Brown are going to fight. Whoever wins is going to fight for the title. It threw me off my rocker. I'm not going to lie to you. I acted as if it didn't bother me. I was going through the motions, but mentally the fight didn't mean the same. It was a struggle this week. I couldn't listen to that. I couldn't play that. And ultimately, what God has for me is for me. That's not my fight. That's the fight for Bisping and GSP. And, those guys have been in the sport for a while. They're deserving of a fight like that. So what God has for me will happen, and I'll continue to be the champion.
How about you play God for a second? You can choose one opponent in the UFC. Who is it?
How about I nod and say I did?
Okay, fair enough.